Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Xana520, and welcome to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Now that the whole Metroid series has concluded for the time being, I figured I would return to what I was doing before. And what I was doing before was playing through every Zelda game in release order, not timeline order. Minus Zelda 2, I need to still get back to that one. We'll get to that. If you can't tell, my voice is still a little bit screwed up from my disease. But I will soldier on. Ocarina of Time came out in 1998 for the Nintendo 64 and was the first entry in the Zelda series to utilize 3D. And it did so to astounding success, because for the longest time, Ocarina of Time was considered the pinnacle of games. For Nintendo, anyway, at least. I believe it was ranked with a score of 100 for a while. Also, I need to hit the start button here, or else I'm going to end up... Nope, that's spoilers. Nope, stop. There we go. Anyway, so we got 3 save files. Let's name our hero. I am playing on the Switch Virtual Console, now that they've remedied the issues with that, and as a result, I have a Switch Nintendo 64 controller, which has built-in rumble, apparently, which is neat. So we don't get the alternative dialogue from the fisherman. But let's get on with this. We have a death counter on the left, 3 hearts to our name. Off we go. In the vast, deep forest of Hyrule, long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy. Navi, Navi, where art thou? Come hither. Oh, Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it, the climate of evil descending upon this realm? Malevolent forces even now are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But before this tremendous evil power, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now. Find our young friend and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly! The fate of the forest, nay, the world, depends upon thee. What are you doing in my house? Hello, Link. Wake up. The Great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Link, get up. Hey, come on. Can Hyrule's destiny really depend on such a lazy boy? You finally woke up. I'm Navi the Fairy. The Great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. The Great Deku Tree has summoned you. So let's get going, right now! Alright, we're almost out of this cutscene here. So, you might notice that things look a little low poly, or rather low, what is it, low fidelity, I guess? That's because they took a bit of a shortcut with this game. So all the buildings are rendered in 3D. Like, there's solid objects here, and you can walk into them and everything. But as somebody in the YouTube community, she says, did his boundary break thing. Basically what this is basically I keep saying basically. Stop. This is basically a 3D rendered room with a 2D image supplanted over it. So that's what's going on here. However, the outside world is all 3D modeled, except for our paper-thin fences here. And we seem to have a friend. Yahoo! Hi, Link! So, unfortunately, as you may have noticed, I am not joined by MacD. Not anymore. I hope to one day get back into touch with her, but until for the time being, it's just gonna be me. So we have our controls up on the screen. We have, control stick to move. We got Z, which will put the camera behind us and put us into this, like, cinematic mode. This is lock on. You can left, right, forward, back, do a backflip, do a side jump, that sort of thing. The B button is currently not used for anything. It's the green button up there. The red button is going to be our context-sensitive button. It'll allow us to do certain things like do a roll. I'll explain the roll in a bit. It is not useless. We can drop down off of here. If we push against that, we can roll. Check this sign. What's this sign say? Link's house. And we can talk to our friend here. Wow, a fairy! Finally, a fairy came to you, Link. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Now you're a true Kokiri, Link. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Great Deku Tree. So she's going to stand there, and we're going to walk around. We have our friend here, Navi. Navi is kind of hit or miss if you like her or not. She does a lot of talking. The Great Deku Tree has summoned you. Please come with me. Yes, she will continually pester us about what our task is. And when she's not, her icon's not blinking up there, you can press C up to just sort of look around. You can look down, you can look up. And when she is doing her hey listen thing, her icon will appear up there between the C buttons, the left, the right, the down. We also have R. I don't think R does anything. Left turns the map on and off, which is kind of useless unless you really need to see that lower right corner of the screen. We've got our rupees down there in the lower left, and we've got our hearts up in the upper left. So, we need to go see the Deku Tree. The Deku Tree is over there, and as you may have noticed in the cutscene, there's a guy standing in the way. That is Mido. Mido is not going to let us go see the Great Deku Tree until we have something. Hey you, Mr. No Fairy. What's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. What? You've got a fairy? Say what? The Great Deku Tree actually summoned you? What? Why would he summon you and not the great Mido? This isn't funny. I don't believe it. You aren't even fully equipped yet. How do you think you're going to help the Great Deku Tree without both a sword and a shield ready? What? You're right. I don't have my equipment ready. But if you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Sheesh. So he's not going to let us through until we have a sword and shield. That's just how it goes. So the sword is off in the forest somewhere. The shield, however, is in... Oh, hi. This whole thing is going to be a tutorial area. We can lock on and talk to people from range like this with our Z button. Z lets us lock on to things. You'll notice there's other Kokiri here. This guy's so short he can't look over the counter. But the shield is in the shop there. The shield costs 40 rupees. If we look here, 40 rupees. We have no rupees, so we need rupees. Well, we can find 5 of them back here. But the rest of them we're going to have to find somewhere else. Well, you can find another 5 if you jump across here. And I don't think you can do it back the other way. No. It's a one-way trip. If you jump across them, you get 5 rupees. You can find like 1 rupees in the grass here. There's a couple of them just sort of sitting around here. But they're not going to add up to a whole lot. I think there's not even 5. There's like an odd number. Yeah, there's like 4. Anyway. If I can clear my throat. We can climb up here. The way we climb is we push against the wall, keep pushing. Eventually he'll climb up if he can reach it. There's 5 rupees back here behind Mido's house. I believe this is Mido's house. Is this Mido's house? House of the Great Mido, boss of the Kokiri. This guy's full of himself. Alright, let's go in and see what Mido's got. Well, Mido's got chests in his house, so let's crack these open and see what's inside. Well, there's another 5 rupees. There's a rupee. There's a 5 rupee. And a recovery heart. Okay, so we still need 10 more rupees. Where are we going to find those? Well, there's a 5 up there if you can see it. Also, the rupee colors are a little inconsistent once you get into the higher amounts. So, to put it in perspective, what we have is we've got green rupees that are worth 1. We got blue rupees, which are worth 5. Red rupees are worth 20. Purple rupees are worth 50. Hello. And past that point, it's either silver is worth 100 and gold is worth 200, or gold is worth 100 and silver is worth 200. We're still missing 5 rupees. Where are we going to get 5 rupees from? Oh, wait, I remember where. So let's go get our sword real quick, so we can get this show on the road now that we're halfway into the video. Got this little fence maze over here. You can walk around. This is a tutorial area. Basically tells you, like, how to lock on. Can I please not lock onto that rock? There we go. So this is going to teach us things like, you know, how to backflip, how to... Where did that come from? Okay. Anyway, if we stand in front of this hole and press A, it lets us enter it, and we get into first person mode, and we can crawl through here, which is neat. So that's the blue rupee I was going to try to get. I don't know where that other one came from. Also, there's this boulder. Don't get hit by this boulder. There's rupees. Oh, there's another 5 here. Huh. Yeah, don't get hit by that boulder. That boulder's bad news. I think there's another rupee in here. Maybe not. Anyway, there's a chest over here. What's this say? I forget what this is. Visit the house of the Know-It-All Brothers to get answers to all your item-related questions. Nice. Anyway, let's stand in front of this. Open it. And what have we got? There's our sword. You got the Kokiri sword. On the equipment sub-screen, select it with the cursor and equip it with A. This is a hidden treasure of the Kokiri, but you can borrow it for a while. Be sure to practice with it before you really fight. So, you may notice I still can't use my sword. That's because this game is... well, this game was trying things out. So, in order to actually access our sword, we need to open up our start menu. We've got the map. We've got the quest status screen. We've got our item screen. This is where all our items are going to be. And our equipment screen. We need to select the Kokiri sword here. So now we get a sword on our back, and we can press B to swing it. There's all different ways we can swing it. We can swing it horizontal, tilt forward and press A, or press B to swing vertically. We can do a spin attack if we hold down the button. We can hold Z and do a jump attack. And if we crouch, which we cannot do yet because we do not have a shield, we can do a little stab. And that's the way we're going to be killing the majority of our bosses in the early game because of a quirk of programming that I will explain once we get to it. So we've got our sword, and we've got 40 rupees, so we can go get our shield. Hopefully we can get to the first dungeon before I have to end this episode. There's going to be a lot of cutscenes in this first bit. This is the start of where the games started getting a little hand-holdy. Oh, another $5. Let's get in here. Let's get our shield. Welcome. Yes. Give me this. Alright, you got a Deku shield. Switch to the equipment subscreen and select the shield. Press A to equip it. Press R to crouch and defend. If you press R while Z targeting, you can move while defending. No, I don't need to buy anything else from you because I can find all this stuff out in the field. And if you talk to somebody around here, they'll tell you that. Anyway, let's equip this. There we go. So, shield with R. You can aim it around if you want to. I've never really needed to do this. But, you can do a little stab attack. Alright, Mido. I'm fully equipped. Now let me through. If you want to see the Great Deku Tree, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Eh? What's that? Oh, you have a Deku shield. And what's that? Is that the Kokiri sword? Good grief. Well, even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? I, the great Mido, will never accept you as one of us. Shoot, how did you get to be the favorite of Saria in the Great Deku Tree, huh? So he's gonna go off and sulk, because he's a pompous jerk. Anyway, we come through here, and here's our first combat encounter. We've got Deku Babas. You lock on to things that are yellow. Yellow is going to be our enemies. And if you press C up, Navi will give you a little tip on what you're looking at. This is a Deku Baba. Though it looks withered, it will hurt you if you touch it. These are withered Deku Babas. So I'm going to cut your stem off and get a Deku stick. On the select item subscreen, you can set it to C left, C down, or C right. Set it to C and swing it with C. When you want to put it away, stand still and press A. You can carry up to 10 sticks, but don't waste them. Deku sticks are actually our most powerful weapon. Anyway, let's go see the Deku Tree. Great Deku Tree, I'm back! Oh, Navi, thou hast returned. Link, welcome. Listen carefully to what I, the Deku Tree, am about to tell thee. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it. Verily, thou hast felt it. Link, the time has come to test thy courage. I have been cursed. I need you to break the curse with your wisdom and courage. Dost thou have courage enough to undertake this task? This is where the but thou must starts, because if you say no, he literally says, but thou must. So we're just gonna say yes. Then enter, brave Link, and thou too, Navi. Navi the fairy, thou must aid Link. And Link, when Navi speaks, you see up to listen well to her words of wisdom. Alright. You can see a few more withered Deku Babas around. But let's get in here. And welcome to level 1, inside the Deku Tree. And in here we will find our first real enemies. Real Deku Babas. Cut your neck off for another stick. We can cut this grass for some... I think these are supposed to be rupee or hearts. If you're at full health and something's supposed to drop a heart, usually it'll drop a 1 rupee instead. Also, these plants grow back extremely fast, and I don't know why. Anyway, if we want to kill one of these guys another way, we wait for him to stop doing that. Come on, do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Wow, you really don't want to die, do you? Come on. Come on, do it. This guy won't do the thing. Come on. Okay, fine. I'll cut your stem off. There we go. And he's going to drop a Deku Nut. Deku Nuts are going to be one of the more useful items that we get even late in the game, because they can stun enemies. Just come up here. Walk along this path. Oh, I probably should mention jumping. If you run towards a ledge, Link will auto-jump. And sometimes if you're over water, what he'll do is he will do a dive. Anyway, let's take a look in this little box right here. I do believe that this is going to be the map. Every dungeon's going to have a map. Press start to get into the subscreens and look at the map subscreen. Blue chambers are places you have already visited. Your current location is the flashing room. Move the control stick up and down to select the floor to view. So, if we look, we've got 3 floors and 2 basements. Kind of a big dungeon. Not really. No. But look at this wall. The vines growing on it give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, Link. Yes, it does have a rough surface. It also has wall skulltulas on it. And if we try to climb that wall, they'll attack us. So we're going to... Stop tutorializing me! You can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing A. Pay attention to what the action icon says. That's the blue icon at the top of the screen. Yes, and it's related to the A button. So here we have a, something. I forget what this is called. Ow, ow, ow! Forgive me, Master. If I give you a clue, will you let me go? When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold the control stick forward, you will roll on the ground when you land and won't get hurt from the fall. I can't guarantee it will work, though, if the cliff is really, really high. Well, try it if you were feeling bold. Well, dealing with that, Deku Scrub, that's what it's called. He'll drop a heart. That's how we have to deal with these Deku Scrubs. I'm going to leave this platform that is floating in the middle of the room alone. Instead, I'm going to come up here and immediately ignore the big chest and climb up here for the little chest that is hiding up here on this upper ledge. Inside this little chest will be a heart. Can you tell I've played the randomizer too much? Anyway, let's get in here. This is going to be the second thing that we get because, like the early games, every dungeon is going to have an item. And the item of this dungeon is the fairy slingshot. Gives us a ranged weapon. Yes, yes, yes. Release seed to unleash a Deku seed. If you want to shoot right away, when you first press C, hold down C a little longer to get a seed ready. Yes, so let's actually equip some items here. So we got sticks there, we've got nuts there, and we've got our slingshot on the bottom. So we pull this out, we can aim around. And you can see that ladder up there. Well, if we shoot that, it'll fall down. But if we've left that platform in the middle of the room, like we did, but like we have, you can just, you know, do that and not worry about the ladder. So that's a fun thing. Normally you would just run in, use the platform to get up to where the chest is, and then be stuck. Anyway, let's deal with these Skullwaltulas. I think that's what they're called, Skullwaltulas. There's 3 of them. There's 2 there, and then there's 1 up here. And in order to aim this, you kind of want to aim just below where the string comes across. Like, aim for the middle of the screen, but where the string is. And that's going to bring us up here to the top floor. Floor 3. Just scoot over here to the right. Boop. And now we've got big Skulltulas. We're going to ignore you for right now, because I don't have to deal with you at the moment. And we come in here. The door locks behind us. There's a Skulltula up there, and there's a big chest across the way. So let's push this button on the floor. That is using the new Gerudo logo. Up here. Ooh, almost miss. And then check in this chest. I believe this chest is going to contain the compass. Yes, every dungeon will also have a compass. The compass is going to tell us where all the chests are in the dungeon. There's 1 in this room. It's also going to tell us where the boss is. And the boss is on the bottom floor, B2. The boss, however, does not have an actual room. Stop. You can hear that noise in the background. That's going to be something that's going to be coming up. So, let me talk about Deku sticks here. Pull one out. You can use it as a weapon. You can use it to swing, just like any other thing. The catch with the Deku sticks is that they are fragile. They will break in 1 hit, but they're extremely powerful. The other thing you can do with them is light them on fire. Eventually the stick will burn, but you can use them to light torches. I probably shouldn't have done that because that torch is probably going to go out, and I need to get to this other side of the room. So let's come here, and let's jump around the big spider. Let's open this little chest and then deal with that thing on the wall in a second. Recovery heart. Yes. But what's important is this guy. This is a gold Skulltula. Gold Skulltulas do not have lock-ons. And every time you kill one, it will drop one of these. You destroyed a gold Skulltula. You got a token. You got a token proving you destroyed it. And now, on our quest status screen, we have 1 gold Skulltula token. So, we can... What are you doing, sir? With this gold Skulltula token, we can start a side quest that will last most of the game. Anyway, let's deal with, not that one. There's 3 of these Skulltulas up here. This one allows us to jump down and get some hearts on the way down. So if you look down there, you can see that there is a web at the bottom. And the way you break that web is you jump from the top and hit the middle of this, which will tear the web and land you in the water. But Now that that's done, also there's another gold skulltula there, and there's one on the wall right there. But we're currently out of time, so next time on Ocarina of Time, we will finish exploring the Great Deku Tree and see what lies ahead of us. This is Xana520, signing out.